Hello and welcome to Design Space Friday with Shirley Ross, and we are going to take an onion plus a group of vegetables and we're going to make our own group of vegetables. So what I did was as I showed you in a few weeks past how to slice out that tomato so you could use it by itself, I'm going to show you how to slice out that back image and add in a new image. So we're going to move this out of the way, and the first thing we're going to do is start with I'm going to get rid of some of these shadows because we're not going to be using those, and I don't want them to confuse you. So those are all hidden shadows, so I deleted those. All right, so we're going to start with that blue background. We don't need that one, so we'll delete it because we just want this. And we're actually going to weld this lighter green background to this section after we slice it out. So we will ungroup that so it will be ready. We will be sizing it, so still keep it together so that you can move it when you need to. But at the moment, just slide it over to the side. All right, so we're going to move out the cucumber parts, which are just the stripes and the top of the tomato. And then we're going to move the tomato front, and then we're going to move the fronts from the cucumber. Now, at this point, if you want to go ahead and bring in a square, let's make it smaller, just for movement purposes when you're ready to cut, you can slice apart this little piece here. Let's delete the gray one. We'll keep the green one. Slice that apart, and that way when you go to cut it, you can move it around on the screen if you need to by itself. But so now the top of the tomato and the cucumber are separate pieces. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is select this one, and we're going to slice the squash out of the back. So as you can see, we'll get rid of the orange, we'll get rid of the green, and then we still have this. So again, we'll bring in another shape, which of course I usually bring in the square. And we will select and slice that out. And that, okay. Now I'm going to duplicate this because I'm going to want to do some slicing with just the cucumber. So let's move this piece over here, and let's bring in another square, and let us curve it just a little bit. Might need to move everything over. There we go. Right, and then we want to select both, and remember I always just use the shift key and click on each of the pieces. Nope, I need to undo that. Let's bring that down so it gets the whole thing. I don't want to have any strange slices when I go to slice the other. So let's delete those and those, and we're going to keep this piece. We're going to get rid of this one. All right, so this is going to be for slicing out part of the onion of the front parts. So let's come back over here, and right now we're going to bring the whole thing in just in case we need to size it smaller, and I think maybe just a little wee bit smaller would work. So bring that in, let's move it over and up. That looks good. All right, so now we can pull these parts off. Not that part. We'll undo that. There we go. Let's move it to the back. All right, and then we'll take this part and move it here. So now what we'll do is weld these two pieces together. Okay, so now we have the new background. We're going to arrange this to the back. There we are. So we can bring in the front of the tomato. You see that looks really good. And then we bring in the front of the cucumber. That looks really good. And then we bring in the first part of the onion. And as you can see, it's going to overlap into the cucumber. And we don't like with the tomato, the tomato can cover it. But with the outside of this little cucumber, part of it might show under, and it might not look as good. So we're going to go ahead and bring in this part of the cucumber that we created. And let's duplicate it so we'll have another piece for the other one. All right, and let's go ahead and bring in this piece so we'll have them together when we're slicing. And let's slice that first one. All right. So we have that piece and it's sliced. We'll move that out of the way and it's sliced. Move that out of the way and it's sliced. Then we have that little piece there and it's sliced. Now we still haven't sliced that one yet. So now we'll put this on top here again. Let's make sure we have that in the right place. All right. Make sure we have the cucumber in the right place. All right. I think that looks pretty close. And then slice. We'll put that over there. We'll delete that. We'll get rid of this altogether now. We don't need it again. All right, so now you have your pieces. This is the front, so we'll put that on and see now it has a much nicer look to it. Then let's arrange that to the front because it's going to be in the very front. Put that on top. There you go. And then you can bring your, let's move that back a little. There we go. And we might have to move it back one more time. There we go. So, there's two pieces to this cucumber front. The solid piece and then the part that has what looks like the seeds. We'll move it back a little bit. All right, and then you have that piece. So there you go. You can move these a little bit more. I think I have the cucumber too much to the front. Remember, this is just for looks because when you get them cut out, they're going to be pieces. That's better. That's better. You want a little bit of the green around the outside. There we go. And then you just can group it, and now you're ready. You have a new image. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next week.